Hello, hello. Hello! Let me make sure I have this thing on actual public. Yeah, it's public. Sweet. Last time I started this last week and I put it on private before it even started, so hope everyone is doing well on this Friday night. Just gonna do the regular craft and chill stream because that's pretty much all I do is craft and chill. Well, I can go to work, but I don't do that here too much, so let me go ahead and get this shared out on the Instagram like I always do. And we'll see who shows up. Starting a little late tonight, it's 10:57. Alrighty. Hey Duffman, how you doing? Oh, you know, just the usual, chilling out, having some Earl Grey tea. How are you doing tonight, man? Get this silly thing here. Copy. Eldor, how you doing? Good to see you. Almost. Alright, there we go. All shared out. Oh, here comes some people. What do we got here? Axion, how you doing, Axion? So, most of you, if you watch the Instagram Reels, you probably saw this little guy. The little Christmas choo-choo train tabletop diorama that goes in the dioramas. See? Little dude there. I did all those crates last week, and I painted most of them already, but I still have a couple left to paint. And I might be doing something a little random. I kind of didn't plan, but I might be doing the beginnings of just a false front diorama to go in the background of something. But it's still kind of formulating in my mind. So I got, and Ed probably remembers this, but I got in the Father Christmas from Helidope Toys, which shout out to those guys. It was very nice of them, and it's literally it's almost me. Like, we're almost the same dude. I just need the green robe, and I think I could definitely pull this off. So I want to do a couple of things around this figure, but there's not much time, obviously, because Christmas is coming up really soon. I do have a lot of winter stuff already. I have some snowy rocks, some snowy crates. The heck else do I got? Some trees. I used to have I don't have that anymore. I had a snow-covered like little diorama, but I sold it for a while ago. But I kind of want to do a couple of different things with this guy, even though he comes with some amazing accessories already. I really liked the background diorama kind of standee that they put in there, and it almost like looks like a Thomas Kincaid painting, which I know he was very commercialized and his stuff was everywhere, but I actually like that kind of warm, light glow style looking stuff. So I don't know. It'd be kind of neat to make something that would kind of go with this whole deal. Hey Ray, how you doing? Welcome. Looks cool. Yeah, I think it does look pretty cool too. You should do a Russian nesting doll diorama and a diorama and a diorama and a diorama. That is actually a really cool idea. And I think, Duffman, I don't know if you've seen, but they've been doing those videos where they use vector art, and they do that. They just keep zooming into, like, you know, someone's laptop, and then one of the keys is an island, and then they zoom into the island, and the island goes on to be like, there's a guy on the beach on the island. They zoom into it, and his drink is a margarita with another chain of islands, and he zooms in, and it just goes on and on and on because it's vector art, and it's a very cool effect. But you could do something like that practically with dioramas. Without using sleight of hand and like camera tricks, obviously it would take a lot of room to start at the very big sizes. Yep, that's me, Rand. Yeah, Ed, it's pretty damn close. I mean, I might need to put on a little bit of weight, but it's pretty close. Thor, Merry Christmas, Thor. Thanks for coming in. It is nice. Yeah, the artwork is very nice on those. Very impressive. Oh, train set looks cool. Thanks, Ray. Yeah, I was kind of thinking it'd be kind of cool to even make something bigger. My dad used to take me to train displays when I was little, and I haven't been to one in a long time, but I'm sure they have even more impressive ones now with all the, remote control, servo motors, and everything controlled by an app on some dude's phone, probably. But, they have whole rooms where you walk. I'm sure some of you have been to them, into this room, and you're walking through parts of the diorama, and it's just amazing. Like, hundreds, probably, I would say thousands of square feet of train dioramas. And it would be kind of neat to build something like that in miniature. Or I was thinking a war room might be cool. That's what this is making me think of, because I had AWACS here. I had Kali, and he just made me think. Where's that other camera? There's that other camera. T-cam. Yeah, he made me think how cool it would be to have like a war room where they could stand around the table and plan out attacks and stuff like that. So I thought that would be kind of cool. Yeah, those huge train setups are really cool, Ed, for sure. Yeah, even troops. I didn't think about troops. I was just thinking about like a city layout or like a battle map, but probably troops would be a little bit too small, but using like troop markers, like they would back in the day with like a little wooden puck with a flag sticking out of it or something representing different units would be pretty cool. Steve Morrow, yeah, like I said with the marker. I mean, doing the little mini ones, you could do it. It depends on the scale of the diorama. I mean, this is obviously big enough scale that you would be able to have dudes, but if you were trying to depict a whole battlefield where there's like a river and valleys and stuff, the scale might be so small that depicting individual dudes would be kind of wild. But you can get more dudes when you have the scale smaller. More dudes. That's what every battle needs, right? You need more dudes. Yeah, exactly, Ed. Like the flag that says this is the cavalry unit, this is a archery unit, or all that kind of stuff, depending on what time frame you're talking about. So yeah. Something else I've been playing with my laser cutter a bit more, and I wasn't sure how to convert files. I just wasn't sure what software was best to use. I knew it was going to be something like Adobe Illustrator or Inkscape. Inkscape's free, obviously, so I went with that one. I've used it before, and I kind of like started laying some stuff out. And this is just a little test house, but I just wanted to see how it would come out. Even with the windows cut, like really, I mean, that wood is so thin. It still came out pretty strong. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything like that, because it's still, you know, about 3 millimeters thick. And I really hate in laser cut models those tabs they usually have on the side, so I just did it without those for now. And something this small, I was able just to glue it together with tacky glue, and it was fine. But it would be really easy to get it out of square and have problems. So I might do tabs when I try to do something larger. Yeah, exactly, Ed. It's crazy, like how small. And I'm pretty sure I can get smaller, but you can just see how thin those windows are. It's like not even as it's thinner than my fingernail. Like definitely thinner than my fingernail. But yeah, I was thinking if I do anything with tabs, instead of putting them like in the wood like a lot of people do where it slots in, I might put it right on the edge so it kind of just sets in and you can glue it together, and then I can use a piece of trim to cover over the tabs so you don't see it at all. And for me, I could even kind of like, you know, hybrid it, do like a mixed media where I could do the bulk of the structure is in wood, and then I could just take some foam strips and cut them and do the trim on the sides, and then, you know, maybe even texture them up and make them look like brick real quick. Eldor is finishing the Dio base of a Masters of the Universe Sorceress character statue. Nice, nice. Yeah, bases are pretty fun to do because they're small. You can just kind of like, you know, throw a little storytelling on there. It's fun, like low stress. Made it. What's up, Fat Tread? Yeah, so this is like, I have the beginnings of a Warhammer village here, but pretty neat. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there is an error right here where the laser cut through there, and that's because I didn't have it properly supported, and when it cut out of the wood, it fell, and so when the laser made another pass over another piece, it scored it underneath. But it wasn't able to cut through it because it's very precise where the focal length of the laser works, you know, so you have to set the thickness exactly. It would cut through it right here, but if it's like, you know, half an inch off this way or that way, the laser itself is shaped kind of like an hourglass. So if you're not getting the center of the hourglass where it's focused, it doesn't cut as effectively. It'll still burn the crap out of it. You know, Ed, I was learning how to use the software. I've used Inkscape, but as you know, because you're older than me, you learn how to do something and you damn near forget it or completely forget how to do it by the next time you need to use it again, unless you just keep doing it over and over again. So, you know, I don't know, 3 hours, something like that, but I bet you I could do it right now quicker than that. And it might have been more than that, because I spent a couple of days, you know, one day watching some videos and playing with a different model, and then the next day watching some more videos and trying to learn some keyboard shortcuts to do different things. Cutting it out wasn't long at all. Maybe, I don't know, like 20 minutes, something like that. It's small, so I mean, this is nothing. Like trying to do something in 1/12 scale for these figures would take longer. Hey, Jason. Doing good, man. Doing good. Yeah, the laser cutter. Like I said, I just needed time. I want to call you Fatred, really, even though Lawrence kept doing it on accident. But Fatred is a lot easier to say than Fat Red Foo. I just needed time to spend a little time with the software and get comfortable with it. But it's very easy to get the measurements exactly. You know, you can make tabs and all that stuff. And I wasn't sure how to get the line width and all that stuff correct for the laser. But it's now that I got it, it's not that big of a deal. Jesse, welcome. Merry Christmas. What a funk. What's up, man? Oh, the train? Yeah, thanks, man. Let me put this little camera back on here for a second. Where are we at? T-cam? Nope, too high. It's like an advertisement for Kroger Seltzer. Yeah, so you got these guys playing with the train. Now the only thing, and I mentioned it in one of the shorts, was the train probably needs a coat of snow because it kind of doesn't go with this. But I guess it could have just came out of the tunnel, right? Maybe it was chilling in the tunnel for a while. But pretty cool. And John, I was talking about doing a whole like a war room table or something like that. Situation table would be pretty neat. And that might be something I do in the future. Is it even Fat Red Foo or is it really Fat Red FU? Yeah, I went through this with him, Ray, because I was like, I don't know what your name is, dude, but he explained it to me. Yeah, the snow, and you know, I didn't use anything. It's just paint. It's just paint, and it came out not too bad. On a larger diode, it would look a little bit more flat, but on the smaller one, is this camera not going to focus? This POS, there it is. On the smaller one, it's not too bad, and it's just downstrokes only, you know, with the brush. So as long as you're just going down only, it only deposits the paint on in that direction. Like snow would fall, it kind of sells it a little bit. Obviously you can get a lot more fancy than that. It's just the basic. Okay. What do I got? Oh yeah, I got a little coaster I made. Since I can't get Hella Dope Toys to send me a mug, I got a Hella Dope coaster. So, pretty cool. I might make a couple of variations of that. I have a What-a-Funk something somewhere around here, but I don't know where it is, man. I don't know, we'll find that later. So I'm gonna do just a little real simple painting on these crates, and then I think I'm gonna lay out an actual, like a cottage front for that Father Christmas. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Let me just get a little bit of painting going real quick here. Where are those chuckleheads tonight? How did I do the bricks? Mucho Blaze, if you go to my Instagram and just look at some reels, there's reels on me carving it. And also I think I have them on YouTube Shorts as well, but it's just all done by hand with with a knife. And it's cut out of foam. You just do it really tiny, that's all. In some ways, it's actually easier to work smaller because mistakes don't really matter as much. It's not quite as visible because it's so tiny. You don't have to. When it's bigger, if there's something out of whack, it's a lot easier to spot. You should make your own logo coaster. You know, Ray, you are 100% correct about that, but I have never gotten a freaking logo. I've been talking about it for over a year, and I just haven't done it. I don't have a logo. You know, for most of my stuff, Instagram, I have the same picture I've had of Link and Kirito from Sword Art Online fighting. It's been on there for, I don't know, 8 years now or something like that, 9 years, a long time. And, you know, this is a picture of that face that I carved probably about 7 or 8 years ago. So I haven't really changed any of that. But I do need to get a logo so I can do some branded merchandise, branded things that I make, and just to put my, you know, logo on things. With the laser cutter, I can cut out, you know, a logo, then use an airbrush and spray it on crates that I make. And that would be kind of cool too. The beard needs to be the logo. John, everyone says that, and it's a good idea, but like, what if I want to shave my beard, man? I'm like screwed. But yeah, it's one of those, I just need to do it and not think about it. You want a computer made or a handmade? Well, you ain't shaving it. John, I'm 44 and I started growing it at, all of it, because I had like a little goatee, I had different things, but this is from when I was 35. Now obviously I do cut the bottom off, and you know, not a lot, I'm not really like doing much with it, but it's coming up on 10 years, and I did tell myself that I could cut it in 10 years when I first did it, because it was like I stopped working full-time, I started doing some stuff on my own, and went part-time for the man. And I was like, all right, I don't know, it just kind of happened. So, but you're right, I'm probably not cutting it. I don't know, man. The beard with the glasses. There are so many like that. Isn't that what, isn't Nerdrotic like that? I think. I'm not sure. That gets itchy, I couldn't deal with it. No, it doesn't really get itchy, man. Not hardly at all. I mean, once in a blue moon, but not really. The biggest problem is it catches all the food you're eating. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this hat on, honestly, either. I'm already sweating. Hot tea and a Santa hat doesn't mix very well. All right, let's put this over here. Start painting these crates up real quick. Simple. Could be, but make your own version of beard. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna have people make some, and then I'm gonna like just look at what they make and pick one, because there's too many like cats chasing squirrels in my brain for me to get anything done. Am I really using toilet paper for this? Yes I am. I don't feel like getting up. So the thing is like, there are some people I know I would ask to make them, but I don't want to ask people I know to make them and then not pick the one they make. So I'm probably gonna have to like go on Fiverr or something and just, I mean, I could obviously make it myself, but it might not be bad to just spend a couple of bucks, have like 2 or 3 made, pick one of those, or take one of those and alter it myself. Just need to do it. Tonkin name, yeah. Briscoe. What's going on, Briscoe? Oh yeah, Farrah, what'd you used to work on? Did you ever work commercially, or you know, obviously you got your degree in it, so I'm sure you did lots of work in school, but did you ever actually have a job with it, or? Hey Briscoe, I don't know, you weren't here earlier, but I got one. So, I got one, dude. And yeah, it's me, bro. Look at that. What the hell? 4 Horsemen. I mean, hella dope toys came through for me with this, which is, once again, thank you very much. It was very nice of them. But, what the hell? It's too cool though, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna build something to go along with this. But if I ever want to head swap this into myself, it would not be a stretch at all, obviously. But really cool figure. Yeah. And I was showing this off earlier, John, too. I thought this was so cool, the backdrop. It's just packaging, but even the packaging, like, I never saw this. I know probably 4 Horsemen comes with this a lot. I don't know, but this is my first 4 Horsemen figure. There are magnets in the box, and then there are magnets on the cover. So when you put it back in, it all just, like, snaps together perfectly. So you can stick it up on the shelf. And this is obviously one you would probably never want to throw the box out for. But I could just imagine someone who has a whole collection of these, how much space this must take up. But it's very, very cool. John, I want to say they're like $70. You know, but they change depending on, once they come out, they usually go up. They release them once. Like, there was a red Santa like this last year. And then this year's the green one, and they don't make them anymore. So, yeah, it's a premium figure. 60? Okay, Axion says 60. It's got, like, the cloth on. I mean, it's basically a doll. Shh, don't say that. I know it's not doll, but it's a doll. It's a posable action doll. Lots of accessories on that one, too. Still waiting for my... Why is this stupid thing? American World War II Joy Toy pre-order from Hella Dope Toys. Man, those guys ship fast as soon as they get them. So it's just they're waiting on it, you know. But they don't ever let anything sit there. As soon as it hits their freaking... as soon as they receive it, they ship it out like the next day. That's why Ted is always like up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I know you're not, man. feeling like I want a snack or something. Basically have your own figure, just needs glasses. Yeah, Briscoe, but I mean, obviously it needs a body swap. I mean, I don't know what he looks like under the robe. Have you pulled the robe off of him yet? Body under the robe is pretty thin. Okay. Alright, I don't know. It might work. I'm sure we can make some glasses for the dude. And I'm painting these crates to kind of go along with some other crates I already have. But I honestly think they look better. I don't know, better is a relative term. They look, I don't know, more realistic, I guess, if you paint them all a solid color and then do a wash over them instead of doing the dry brush. The dry brush is not really realistic looking. But I don't know, it's its own look. Flannel PJ bottoms and a green shirt. Yeah. That's what I need to get for the Father Christmas figure to represent me, I suppose, too. Easter egg to video games with crates like Crash B and others. Yeah, that would be cool, for sure. I've actually thought about doing a video where I do like 10 different crate styles and pull them in from different things. And just, yeah, that's something I have on my list of ideas. I even had one like the 100 crate challenge. I don't know, all that stuff is wild. And it's just so demoralizing to do something like that that would take a very large upfront time investment to make the video and then have just average amount of people watch it. I mean, of course it could blow up, but it generally tends to seem like the more I work on a video, the less likely it is to do really well. So I just pick a project, do a project, and let that dictate what I'm filming, usually. Metal Gear Solid Crate. Never really got into Metal Gear that much, so I'm not even sure what that would look like. I tell you, a game that had crazy crates was Borderlands. Borderlands has some wild-looking crates with all different, very specific designs, because the loot crates were just, man, they were really cool looking. Yeah, it's mustard, man. Honey brown, and I could tell by looking at the camera, it looks very different on the camera than it does in person. Like, it kind of looks like crap on the camera, honestly. Maybe it's this light. Like, the camera picks up all these brush strokes and makes it look like really, well, okay, it looks a little bit better there. Yeah, it looks a little better there, but at a distance, it looks like it's all patchy and stuff, but when you just look at it with your eye, it doesn't look like that at all. Yeah, Ray, I do sometimes. The only thing I have up for sale right now is the science fiction stuff on Etsy. And I do need to do more like posts. I should, once I have something made, I should just keep kind of hammering it and post different figures with it. It would make sense to do that, but I don't know, it just gets stale doing that over and over again. I kind of like, and I'm not in love with posing figures. Posing is cool and all, and when people do it right, it looks amazing. But I just kind of like making stuff. So I do like toy photography, and I do like doing that sometimes, and getting like a certain mood and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of it is space also. To take good shots, you need to control the light, and I only have so much room, and it's covered with crafting stuff, so I have to move all that off and throw it on the floor in the corner and then set things up, and it's just a lot of hassle. Photo booth. Yeah, I used to have something similar to that, but it's I need something big. I need something big, Fatrid, because to get good pictures or things to look cool, especially with the dioramas, you need depth. And I talked to Figure Kingdom quite a bit on Instagram. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but shout out to Figure Kingdom. He was telling me about that, and it's totally true. you know, you need depth so you can light things differently. So if you want to have your background lit and then your subject lit, there needs to be some space in between those, otherwise the light kind of just spills over. It doesn't look as cool. Slowly figuring that out, yeah. Never had a Mythic Legion or Cosmic Legion's good. Tempted on the ML Skeletons, but want to wait for the Grim Reaper. Bob the Awesome, I'm not the guy to ask that, because my first one is in a box right there. Although I have played with one Cosmic Legion, and I could say from that one, and it was a bigger one, it was the Warden Slog. The paint app is awesome. The textures on the figure look great. Details are great. Posability, not wonderful. But it is a big, chunky figure, you know, so the articulation it's all right. You know, it's just not as nice as some of the other ones, but they look amazing. Yeah, the shipping manager figure. Briscoe says they're pretty awesome. I believe it. All right. I'll be back in 1 second. I need some snacks, man. I don't know what's going on. I ate dinner not that long ago, but I don't know, that tea kind of hit me a little funny. Okay. Let me move some stuff out of the way and try to come up with a plan for this thingamabobber I'm about to build. That's a technical term, by the way, thingamabobber, in case you thought I was just winging it. This camera is not really in a great position to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It kind of needs to be back further, but the arm I have it on won't give me that much room, so we're just gonna make do. What's up, Rolando? Okay. How many measuring implements are too many? I don't know. I don't even know, man. I probably have about 5 or 6 tape measures. 26 inches. Okay. So the door is about 7 inches. Probably about 3 wide. Section 6 inches. That doesn't seem like enough. 1, 2. We're gonna go with 8. So, I'm not sure what to do here. It's 8. Okay. This is where the just winging part comes in. Let's just wing it. Way too thin, so we're just going to pick it up. Yeah, so ideally, if I was going to do this, I would need to have the camera angled and maybe a bigger table. I'm sure I'll get set up for it eventually. Alright, so we're only going to do 7 inches tall over here. Yeah. Maybe we'll go 8. Give it a little bit of leeway. Measure twice, they say, and with good reason. Okay, I see. This doesn't start exactly. The cabin dio I built has front walls of 9 inches and 13 inches to the peak on the side of the wall. Okay. I'm just gonna do a front axion. I don't want to do a whole actual dio. So I'm just gonna do a front, and the only thing that's messing with me is the roof, because in order for the roof to be pitched accurately, you would have to get halfway through the depth of the building, and I'm probably not gonna do that. I mean, maybe I will. It'll just be empty on the sides because you're just going to be looking at it from the front on. But we'll see. Alright, so let me see how big this is. This is about 8 inches to the door, so we're going to take it a little bit further and do it about 10 inches. That's enough. I don't want to spend the rest of my life making this. Bigger ruler. I have a 16-inch somewhere. You know what? I think I have a yardstick. That's not a knife. That's a knife. It goes on forever. Yeah, I can't find my 16-inch ruler, but I did find the 48-inch jobby that I used to use for cutting up sheets. This thing is going to be so crooked, I can already tell, but it's not going to matter because we're just going to slap a roof on it and use brute force and hot glue to make it work. 1, 2, 3. Wall is 9-inch. Leave room for a door to open. Windows are right. Yeah, I did 8 inches, and I'm gonna do a steeper peak than what you did. So we'll see. We will see. Additional. Why is that? 1 inch, inch and a half, inch and a half. Oh, what the? See? Crooked. Crooked already. This is right on 8 inches, but I used that other ruler. I should have used the same ruler. Alright, we're at... It looks like we're getting to 9 inches, Ed. 8 1/4. A little more than 8 1/4. 8 Give it a steep roof so the snow can't build up on it, right? Okay. Freaking crooked is that gonna be? I don't know, man, but we're just going for it. We're just going for it. To hell with it. These old-timey drunk bastards that built this stuff built shit crooked all the time anyway. Can you guys even see anything on that camera? I don't even know. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing, man. Now I need to cut it. trying to do this even partially on camera is like so cumbersome. See, look at that. Fucking it all up. Whoops. I didn't say that. Santa's workshop. Just a village cabin thingy. A bobber. Ed knew. So, Fat Red, I don't know if you noticed the other day, I was talking about it while we were watching Larry's stream. I was looking up the dimensions of the Stargate. That freaking thing would be 22 inches tall, just the circle, if I did it to scale. I mean, sure, you could scale it down a little bit, but man, I didn't realize it was that big. This is going to be such a whip to do the roof, I can already tell. So it's going to be... What? Yeah. Yeah, it's big. Oh, Axion, I have a supersized wire cutter, but I'm just not set up for it right now. You know what? But if you're talking about a super deep arm, like deep-throated, I guess would be the, oh god, what you would call it, hot wire table. Yeah, I don't have one of those. That would be freaking cool. I have a ridiculously large hot wire cutter though. It's wild looking. But and maybe I'll show it. Probably not now. But it's cool. It's one of those, like, it's almost like a two-hand when you get it totally extended out, and it's to carve like big shapes. And you know, if you want to do like a sculpture of the Trojan horse or a dragon or something, you can rough it out with that. That's exactly what she said. "12 inches diameter, and that's big for the figs." Yeah, you know, you don't get the scope of things when you watch it on TV. But a Stargate, like on TV, if you remember some of the scenes, they could fit 5 guys abreast walking through there. So that's how wide the ramp was 5 dudes shoulder to shoulder could walk up and go through the Stargate. So it's pretty big. But when you're talking about putting on a shelf for a collection, 22 inches is like, you know, there's almost no shelf is that tall. You would have to have something custom, or, you know, maybe where a TV is supposed to go. I mean, I even have this ring light up here. I don't know, what the heck is what's the measurement on that? Yeah, that's 18 and a half inches, and it's freaking huge. Okay, well, there's nothing for it but just to start cutting on the damn thing. know, after looking at it, putting this little straight piece in here is really going to complicate the roof angle. I kind of wish I didn't do that, but hey, we'll figure it out. Sweet. You ain't cool unless your Stargate is 22 inches. Go big or go home. I mean, does anyone have... I know they've made some at one point, but the Stargate figures, what scale are they in? Because they might not be 6 inches. Are they like 5-inch figures or something like that? Because I'm saying 22, that's for 1/12 scale specifically. If they're like 1/18th or something, then that'd be different. Why stop? Make the real Stargate 22 feet. Hey, why not? Duffman, if I had a backyard, it might happen, but I don't, so... Maybe eventually, if I could figure out how to make some money with this stuff, I'll do some bigger projects. I have all the gizmos, I just don't have the space. If you build it, they will come, right? Fat Tread. Yeah, you know what? I did like Axion has some cool holiday dinner stuff. I didn't take a close enough look at it. I just kind of scrolled through it, but I noticed it. They were all chilling in the Christmas diorama, and it did look good. Okay, we're gonna have a stone wall on the bottom. So how tall do we want that? Of course, there's this guy is right here. We're probably gonna make it, what, 3 inches? Yeah, 3 inches. So normally I would say don't use the pen for this. I would make little dots and then cut it with the ruler, because the pen leaves blue paint, the ink from the pen, blue, black, whatever. It's so difficult to paint over. And the lines keep showing up over and over again through coats of paint. And really the best way I found to deal with it was put some Mod Podge on top of it and then paint it. But with this, I'm going to have trim pieces over these lines, so it's not going to matter anyway. I had a different pen. There's a specific type of pen, and these all have like the really fine tip. I don't like that. It's the almost like the gel ball point that's the bigger tip. It rolls much better on the phone. Yeah, Fieldstone Whirl. Yeah, Sharpies can be a bit of a pain. And like I said, by the time I'm done, most of the ink will be gone. Probably all of it, maybe most of it, I don't know. More than likely most of it. More than likely all of it. I mean, my brain is kind of not totally on today for some reason. I'm just really more used to it, man. I mean, an X-Acto would probably work as good or better in some of the small spots, but I don't know. I'm just really used to the box cutter. Also, X-Acto blades are more expensive. I don't have a lot of X-Acto blades on hand, and this will dull the blade very fast. Yeah. Not so much, Duffman. That doesn't work live. It'd be nice if it did, but sadly, not so much. Where's those crackers, man? Give me some blood sugar. But yeah, I don't always do it, but I do try to sometimes. When I make a video, I try to I'll leave in some footage of like the more tedious bits, even though I know it's not going to make it as nice to watch, you know, it's not as snappy and all that, but it's just funny like how most people hate doing bricks, but you'll just watch videos and the bricks will just be like magically done. Woo, everything's done. All right, now that we're done with that, you know, like 3 days later of hating your life, now that that's all done, we're just gonna go out and move on to the next step. Yeah. Some people might like doing that, though. There are some people that enjoy orderly, repetitive steps. I am not one of those people. Man, it's been a long time since I've done this type of stone, too. Yeah, I've done that, Fat Red, a long time ago. It looks cool. Just have them holding paintbrushes and knives and stuff. It looks cool, man. Kroger's last stream was bricks and showing you how long it takes in real time. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, it takes forever to do bricks. I mean, when I did my apartment buildings, oh my god. I mean, I remember watching like 5 or 6 movies in a day, just doing them, and it took me days to do it. And if you do the bricks actually to scale, because I use cheap bricks a lot, which is like 1 inch by 1/2 inch. But the bricks to 1/12 scale are much smaller than that, and it takes way longer to do them. And you get tired, and you mess up. But, you know, it looks way better than just like, you know, drawing it on there or something. So, it is what it is. Hours upon hours of brick cutting. That's no joke. What I would usually do is, you know, you do that for about as long as you could stand it, and then you switch to something else, like building a prop for it, or some trim bits, or something else you got to work on. One thing is it's mind-numbing and brainless, so you don't have to think about it too much. So that's can be kind of useful some of the time. There's not really any room for analysis paralysis once you start putting the bricks in. You're just carving freaking bricks. I am probably going to experiment a bit with my laser on foam. Like High School Creations does that, and he does a lot of his bricks that way with a laser, and that's probably the way to go. I've already carved enough bricks, damn it, so if I can figure out a way to get the laser to kind of help me with that, I don't feel bad about it at all. What the hell did I do over here? Let's just make this one piece. Drawing bricks is tedious. Carving's got a soul suck. It can. It definitely can. I never draw them out down to my reference measurements. I never draw them out down my reference measurements. Just okay. Yeah, I usually right. Yeah, same thing. I just put dots up and down the sides of the diorama, run a metal ruler across it, cut. But then going for the vertical lines is much more annoying, you know, and you get tired and you run through the next course of bricks underneath it, and that's usually the horizontal ones are not too bad. Fat Red, bricks are easy. It's easy to do. You know, it's simple. It's just very, very repetitive. And I will break up a brick wall by adding some cinder blocks at the bottom of it to make it a little bit less tedious. You know, whatever. But bricks do look good. There's something very satisfying about the look of all those little repeat details. Heard my eyes roll. Found the easiest way to... Yeah, brand new blade is the best way for sure. I didn't even notice my eyes roll, but I'm sure they did. I could obsess over the fuzzies, but I'm not going to. That's good enough, I guess. You heard it too. All right, Duffman. Have a good night, and if I don't see you again, hope you have a Merry Christmas, man. So is everyone done with their Christmas shopping? If you're doing Christmas shopping. I know it's been a pretty tight year for most folks. Don't want to talk about it. Yes, people are insane. Yeah, that's true. No doubt about that. I shop for no one, so I guess that's done. Yeah, you're done, Briscoe. Put a fork in it. Damn it, that was a little bit more than I wanted to take, but that's alright. Stuff on the floor with footprints on it. People running into me with carts. Yup. Yup. People get pretty crazy sometimes this time of year. It's not as bad as it used to be. I think there's not the same crowds and wildness like around Black Friday and all that, but people do seem to be increasingly less civil with each other also. Not used to interacting face to face as much anymore. Okay, what time do we got? 12:42 in the morning. Not bad. Yeah, people forget how to be people. That seems to happen a lot easier than people seem to realize. If I had some, I would have made this at a 1/2 inch. Because that's going to make it easier when I go to cut the windows and the door. But I haven't been able to find any 1/2 inch in like half a year. Home Depot has had nothing but the 1 inch and the 2 inch where I am. I think, yeah, I do too. Like, I could tell when we're getting close to like different times and stuff sometimes by the music. I do have some new music that I haven't tried yet. I could see if we're getting like some fantasy tavern music, very simple, chill stuff too. It's not a tavern. It's a. Right. It's kind of like just a cabin front, like a snow chalet cabin style looking cottage. There you go, a cottage. It's something that will go very well with the Father Christmas figure. And if I work like a maniac, maybe I'll even get it done before Christmas. People need kindness, so I just go out with a lot of patience and kindness and spread good vibes. It helps me and it helps the other people. And Fat Red Foo agreeing with you. Yeah, so yes. And grace. People need grace. We've gotten to this like graceless society where people just don't give each other any freaking leeway on things, and it ruins everything. Even with, from a religious standpoint, from a Christian standpoint, you're given grace, and then I think it's very important for you to realize that, and this is only if you're Christian, you don't deserve it, but God gives it to you anyway, and you need to approach life like that too. You're going to meet a lot of people that do screwy things. We all do screwy things, but we need to give each other leeway on some stuff. Yeah, totally, Ed. Dude, Christmas is in 2 days. I know, and I have to work on Christmas Eve for just 5 hours, but I'll still take a toll. Well, I'm not going to build this the way I used to. So I would have done the door and the windows partially by hand for something like this, but now I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to build some thick beams to trim it out, to give it some depth, and I'm going to laser cut everything. I'll laser cut the door, I'll laser cut the windows, and that'll speed up the process a lot. The roof, I don't know what I'm going to do about the roof. We'll see on the roof, but I'm just going to throw some stuff on there quickly and then probably put some snow roll on it, like the Walmart fluffy stuff for underneath your tree or your winter wonderland porcelain set. I had grace last night. All right, Briscoe, right on. Send Fat Red some pics he wants to see. Absolutely last night. Moss Man's grace. Are you going to texture the rest of the wall like wood slats or anything? Nope, not at all. It's gonna be, there'll be, everywhere there's a line, there'll be a beam. And then there'll be windows. But everything else is just going to be like plaster. So I don't have to put anything on it. I could texture it, but I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to paint it a color, and it'll be fine. It's always going to be shown in the dark. It's going to be like moody, and the big feature of it will be transparent windows that light can be shown through. So you're not going to be able to see any of the details on the surface that clearly because the camera is going to be absorbing the light that's coming through the window. It's going to blow it out. Moss Man's Grace Hole. Grace, she died 30 years ago. Poor soul. is that Dutch or German architecture? I'm not sure. It depends on if it's a African or a European swallow. Bad red. Great movie, Briscoe. Rebel Moon. I have not. Elvish design. Have you been watching Reacher, Ed? I think there's one new episode down I haven't seen yet. I'm not sure, but I saw 3 of them. I saw the first 3 episodes of the 2nd season. Pretty good so far. That dude is an absolute freaking unit, man. He's just giant. It's just funny in the show, like, that people even attempt to fight that guy. I mean, it's just ridiculous. He's just so freaking big. You like to binge? Yeah, right on. When does 4 drop? I wasn't sure if it dropped today. Sometimes things drop on Friday. And I've been waiting for the next episode of Invincible, too, but it just seemed to stop popping up a couple of weeks ago. I guess they took a holiday break or something. Yeah, he's not like a deceiving guy. He's a monster. Yeah, he's just giant. I mean, like, he's sitting there, he's calm, and people are like, oh, I'm gonna fight you. I mean, it's, like, so ridiculous. Like, anyone average would not swing on that dude. I don't care if they're, like, a kung fu master. They would be like, nope, I think I'll try to avoid this situation. But every episode, someone's like, oh, yeah, I could take him. I mean, you know, size isn't everything, but the dude is supposed to be like, I don't know, ex-special forces or something. I don't remember. And you're like, okay. It's not gonna work. Good show, though. It's fun. It's kind of unusual that you have a character that is a big muscular dude and he's supposed to be a smart character too. Now obviously it's based off the books and that's why he's like that. But you don't see that anymore. Except like maybe in anime. He's basically OP. Right, yeah. He definitely pulls it off good, Ed. He doesn't look like someone you would want to mess with. And the only other show I know him from, I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but probably is Blue Mountain State, which was hilarious, and there's no way they could make that freaking show now. It was kind of like, you know, the television version of something like American Pie or Road Trip or something like that. You know, it was just very raunchy, very wild, frat bro kind of humor. Well, I don't even know, stoner, I don't know how to put it, but, you know, it felt like a early, mid-2000s comedy. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's coming out pretty good. Not too bad. Sophomoric humor. That was what I was thinking of. Christmas in 47 hours for you. Are you done yet? Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. It's a very small list. Now, I might be sending a couple of people some stuff. But it'll be a little late. But that's not that big of a deal. Now, do you mean am I going to get done with this freaking diorama by then? No, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. I think I might pull it off. Because it's not a whole diorama, it's just a front. I'm sure I could be done with the construction, no problem. I don't know if it'll be fully painted or not, but we'll see. Need more raunchy comedies. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm covered in pink phone chips. Look at that. Perfect. Right. And no one got triggered. I missed the days before I ever even knew what the phrase triggered was. I mean, I feel like that didn't even happen until, I don't know, maybe the early 2000 teens, maybe 2013, 2014, you started hearing crap like that. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It'll take me a little time to design the windows, but I don't think it's gonna be that hard. it's definitely not going to be as hard as trying to cobble them together and glue the lattice together. And it's, I don't know, it seems to be a little easier than 3D design because you're just drawing it in a flat file, and then you just have to think how it all fits together. And you got to get the measurements right. I did mess up on that a few times already. I built something with some tabs, and I used the wrong thickness of material while making the slot, so it didn't fit because I was thinking about one material that was 1.5 millimeters, and I was using 3 millimeter thick. Back in my day, get off my lawn. Absolutely. Pink foam chips are delicious. Not so much, man. I'm sure I've eaten some at some point, but I can't really remember. So, not necessarily cross beams, but there's gonna be some beamage. You know, all this open wall is gonna be window. So there's gonna be window with frame around it, and there's not gonna be that much open space. And we'll have some beams here, across there, and we'll see what we do with this. I think this is gonna mess me up, because the roof is going to want to come down, and then maybe I'll just curve it around here. But yeah, that's going to be a little tricky, because then you're going to have another angle going, because you're going to have this roof going that way, and then this has to man, what's that? Is it a gable when you have that peak coming out of the roof? I can't remember. Need some dip. What kind of dip, Briscoe? Oh, ranch. Yeah, that would be great. Gable is barn style roof. Okay. Think it's a gable? I don't know. Maybe I'll take a half hour and learn a bunch of architectural terms. All right. I think it's a gable. I'll look it up here in a little bit. Well, I think I'm going to call it for tonight, guys. Do I plan on going live next weekend? Yeah, I'll go live. I should go live on Friday. Barn style. Gambrel, not gable. Regular pitch roof is called gable. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll look for a YouTube video. I'm sure there'll be like visual representation. Someone will explain all the terms really quick. So guys, thank you for hanging out and watching me carve freaking rocks over and over again. But I don't know, it'll turn into something cool. This definitely would have worked better with the finger snap transition of the non-live. But this was a nice hangout. Thank you for all your comments. And hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas if I don't see you guys. And have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, and thank you to my channel members. Appreciate you guys. And everyone else. You guys are alright too.